Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. Blush Lily here with another tarot pick a card reading, and in this one we're going to be talking all about love. In this one we're going to be taking a look at when is the one coming into your life, and I'm also going to pull a couple of cards to see if there's anything blocking this process. Okay, is it something that needs to be adjusted, or maybe the timing isn't right, or whatever it is, we're going to try and find out in this pick a card reading. But of course, do remember that this is a general reading, general prediction, so only take what's going to resonate with you, leave the rest out on the table. So for today's reading about the one, we're going to be using three options, three crystals. This is option number one with angel aura quartz, option number two with an amethyst, and option number three has this citrine crystal. So go ahead, take a deep centering breath in, see which crystal you're mostly drawn to. If you need a bit more time to make a choice, pause the video because we're going to go ahead and get started with option number one. Option number one, welcome to your reading, darlings. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be starting with tarot, and then I might use a couple of other oracle decks. We'll see how it's going to go. But first and foremost, I want to take a look at your current energies and see if there's anything blocking meeting the one, or maybe sometimes it's just a question of time. But let's go ahead and take a look. Because with you, I'm just getting this energy that you are already tired of waiting. Like you guys tried. Some of you might even have already been in long relationships or might have even been married. So with pile number one, option number one, I'm already sensing a lot of disappointment. But let's go ahead and take a look. So for some of you guys, one of the reasons why you might not be meeting the one is a lot of you already thought or might be thinking right now that you have already met them. You might have, there's this energy where you might think where the best is behind you. This is where I kept feeling that for some of you, you guys keep trying to resurrect a certain relationship, certain marriage, or you keep coming back in your mind, you keep coming back to like a past relationship. For some of you, you might be still, for whatever reason, be living or working or in very close quarters with your ex. It's like, for some of you, I'm literally hearing they're living rent-free in your mind. They're occupying, like here, I'm literally seeing somebody occupying a lot of your heart space with the Judgment. Very strong Taurus energy that I'm sensing over here. So for a lot of you, I'm sensing that it's either that you are still hung up on somebody is still hung up on you, but there's this vibe where you might be hoping that you already met the one. And it's almost like you came to this reading to see if this is the person. Okay, let's see what else I can discover about you. This is very interesting. Very interesting. Well, for most of you, and of course, again, I keep telling you this is a general reading, but for most of you with the moon, this isn't the case. This person that you're thinking about isn't the one. And there are lots of illusions and a lot of things that aren't as they seem. A lot of illusions here with the moon, a lot of subconscious processes that you might not even realize are there. Okay, so a lot of you are thinking that you're going to end up being alone, especially if you guys are divorced, or you might be feeling like, I don't know why I'm hearing like Black Widow. This is very interesting. For some of you, like I'm literally hearing like a Black Widow. It's this, a feeling that for some reason you just I don't know, it's a weird energy. But for some of you, it's like you feel subconsciously you might be pushing people away because you think that you're bad news or something. And the Queen of Swords in reverse is somebody who might be, you might be too overprotective over yourself. You might be too overprotective over your heart. But to the point where you tend to see enemies everywhere. This is such a weird and such an odd energy. It's like someone's there, but somebody isn't there. Do you see what I mean? For some of you, it could be that you're still holding on to somebody from the past and you keep hoping that this person is going to come back because you feel like this is the one you were so sure. And you really don't want to let go of this idea that this person is the one. But for a lot of you, I'm not seeing like this person is somebody who could even have the potential to be the one. A lot of mental energy that I'm sensing over here. So for you guys, what I'm seeing is that the thing is you are going to meet the one, okay? Even if you're thinking that you're never going to be meeting anybody or getting married again or being loved, the energies that I'm feeling for you is that with this Ace of Swords, the Ace of Swords is the truth. The Ace of Swords is separation. And in your particular case, you need to cut the cords. The cords need to go, you guys. Energetic cords, because there's a lot of energy that goes into the dream world. You guys tend to dream a lot. And it's not bad, but it comes to a point where you would rather live in a dream world than in the real world. And it's time to stop, because in the dream world, everything happens according to your scenario. Everything is predictable. There's the prince, there's the princess, there's the meeting, and they lived happily ever after. But then the reality sort of hits you like a train, and it makes you have a lot of unpleasant feelings. So your spirit team is sort of coming through and saying that being a dreamer is a beautiful thing, being creative is a beautiful thing, but you need to balance it with reality. You need to balance it with what's going on. Otherwise, you're going to end up living in a dream world. And they see that they acknowledge that you have been hurt. Hence, the Queen of Swords being in reverse. The Queen of Swords being in reverse is like basically the Empress and the Queen of Cups, who's emotional and feminine. And it doesn't have to be like again, you could be male or female. I'm just explaining the energy, like for somebody who's loving and nurturing and soft, and because they have been hurt over and over and over again, it messes with their mind, and the mind builds this very strong protection mechanism. And the Queen of Swords is somebody who tends to attack people, okay? Tends to be harsh with people because of something that has been done to her or him in the past. But like by different people. Do you see what I mean? It's like putting the blame from what other people did onto new people, but without realizing it and without being able to control it. It just, it shows in the way, like you have very high standards, but sometimes you put them so high that it's like they're unattainable, or they only can be attained by like a few people, and those people are out of reach, and you're like, well, I don't want to know anything else. So they're saying that you need to cut the cords with the past, so you don't transfer the energy of somebody hurting you in the past into a new relationship. Because again, they keep saying that there's definitely somebody for you. Definitely the one that you are meant to meet. And there's no doubt about that. But you know, if they're saying that if you for some reason live or work or study or are forced to interact with your ex or somebody you thought was the one, it will really benefit you to stop it, because then you can start the separation process. A lot of Cancer energy, a lot of Pisces energy that I'm sensing over here. So they're saying that as soon as you learn the truth, as soon as you realize the truth about this relationship, about this person not really being the one, or just like when you see that you tend to have this burden, this heavy weight from the past, and you're reluctant to let it go because you see it as a defense mechanism. Like as soon as you release it, as soon as you work through it, with the Three of Wands, what I'm seeing over here is that there's the future is bright, and they're showing me this whole new sunrise. They're getting out of the night and getting into this beautiful energy of sunrise. Starting to see things differently, starting to see people for who they are and not who you would like them to be. Because then you're going to be able to see the one, and they're going to be able to see you and actually approach you. Yeah, because the Queen of Swords is somebody who's very hard to approach. This is somebody sometimes like, you know, what is it called? You know when you have this face like, don't come close to me. I think it's called the resting something face. And it's like, don't come close to me. Like, or you better bring your A game. But you know, and it's like it can sometimes, like he can sometimes be intimidating to other people without meaning to, without realizing that you're doing it. But what's interesting is like the one for you guys could be from a different place, from a different country. But and you might be very different physically, like appearance wise, but you're gonna have the same values. And they're saying that it's time for you to move on, because the universe does want to bring the one into your life. The universe does want you to be loved. The universe does want you to experience love, like real love. But they're saying it's time for you to learn the truth about the past relationships. It's time for you to see the truth. It's time for you to dig a little deeper. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at when this all could be happening, when you could be meeting the one. Like they're saying, like be more optimistic, because there's definitely like a person for you, and it's not just one person. Because when I'm talking about the one, guys, we tend to believe that there's only one person. But I'm more of a believer that for some people, yes, there's only one predestined person. But for quite a few of us, when I'm talking about the one, I'm talking the person whom you are going to be making happy and who is going to be making you happy. So it's not necessarily just the one person, okay? And it also takes off this burden where you might think like, oh, my person is on the other side of the world, and you know what I mean? It's sort of, it limits you very, very much when you think like this. But when I'm talking about the one, I'm talking about the one you would be happy with. Because there's not just the one person for one person. Do you see what I'm saying? And it also opens up your heart, it opens up your mind to different possibilities. So let's see when this could be happening. Yeah, it talks about, again, see, it talks about you releasing a lot of burdens. 10 of Wands is when you guys are just trying to be strong and you're trying to do everything by yourself. It's learning to delegate. learning to delegate. A lot of you think that, okay, if I don't do this, then nobody else is going to do this. If I don't provide for myself, then nobody else is going to provide for me. You know what I mean? We all want to be wanted, we all want to be needed, but when a person comes into your life, they need to understand where they fit into your life. And when you're like, I don't want anything, I can do everything by myself, it's almost like you're devaluing them. And they're saying that, you know, it works both ways. Because essentially, if we get down to the truth of it, we all can do everything by ourselves. Well, like, obviously there are a few exceptions, but this is what makes, you know, a couple strong, is this balance that they find of give and receive, of who does what, and this appreciation and feeling valuable. And they're saying right now you're in this I want to be an everything man or an everything woman mode. And they're saying that delegation is an art, and you will learn it with time. Mm-hmm. See, we have the Queen of Cups. Wasn't I talking about the Queen of Cups just a while back? The Queen of Cups, because with this energy, then you guys are going to feel more relaxed and more open to, you know, meeting people, to starting conversations, to getting to know somebody, again, for who they are. Like dropping expectations and dropping, like for some of you, like you have this thing where, okay, if this person does this, then they are that. And they're saying then no, because the Knight of Swords is like releasing this inner tension and not attracting aggressive people as well. Because sometimes when we have a lot of repressed aggression, we subconsciously gravitate towards people who trigger this aggression within us so that we can get it out. Because, you know, any unprocessed feelings, they, over time, they turn into like toxic energy, stale energy. And this what you know, what could be the case for some of you, that because of this unprocessed feelings like deep within you, you might be attracting people who are trying to trigger you so that you can finally get it all out. And get back to, like, you know, you need to get back in touch with your emotions with this Queen of Cups, because you're actually very intuitive, and some of you guys might have been very sensitive and empaths until you had to build this wall around you. Okay, so coming back to timing, if there is a timing, remember this is a general reading. They're saying it will happen right after you go through this energy of letting go. For some of you, it's literally putting an end to a relationship you might be having in your head, or you might be having with a person who's just, you're seeing that they're not the right fit. Okay, so what I'm saying is that for some of you guys, this could be 8 months. For some of you, I feel like you guys have already been going through this, and it could be within 3 years. But again, this is a general reading, and again, a lot of it depends on you. A lot of it depends on you, how you go about it. Because, you know, you can drag it out for much, much longer. You can keep trying with somebody. You know, it's up to you. Tarot can only like give you advice. Tarot can only point you in the right direction. And the rest is up to you. So I want to pull one card, guys. It's going to signify your relationship with the one when you meet. Maybe it's going to act as a motivation. Simple acts of kindness. So yeah, overall, it's this vibe where you can feel that it's safe to express your kindness, and where kindness is not seen as weakness. I feel like for some of you, this is where it all sort of went wrong in the past, where you might have felt like your kindness was seen as weakness and you were taken advantage of because of your kindness. And with your significant other, if you will, with your future spouse, with your soulmate, twin flame, however you want to call this person, you're going to feel like it's safe for you to be kind. It's safe for you to show your soft side, your intimate side. Male or female, doesn't matter. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you, okay? So you won't constantly have to be on guard. You won't constantly have to be protecting yourself. And it is going to show, like, to bring out this beautiful, kind side of you. And you are going to be shown true kindness as well. And what's interesting is you're going to make space and you're going to allow this person to show kindness to you and accept it. Because again, accepting compliments, accepting gifts, accepting kindness when all you guys have done is mostly give, is an art as well. Okay? And I'm seeing you guys are going to be amazing artists. Anyways, my darlings, that's all I have for option number 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated. If you guys want a personal reading, email me. My email's in the description box below. So it's the link to my Patreon page with more exclusive content, additional discounts, and much, much more. Make sure to check it out. Alright, my lovelies, take good care of your amazing selves now. Bye. Option number 2, welcome to your reading. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. When will you meet the one? I want to take a look first and foremost at your current energies, if there's anything blocking you from meeting the one. What's your stance on love? And just generally, what's going on? Let's get your energies. The Fool. You tend to be very pragmatic, aren't you? So you guys are ready with the Fool, the card of new beginnings, the card of trying something new, the card of excitement. You guys, there's this energy that you are ready to meet the one. But I want to take a closer look at this conflict. What is this conflict? What is this energy of the Five of Wands? Clarification, please. Is this mind over heart? Oh, a separation. Are we seeing a separation over here? King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So you're like, hold on a second. I need more to go on here. It's either there was a separation, or either there was a breakup, or there's this energy of a choice. There's this vibe of... I see. Okay. So quite a few of you guys, what I'm seeing over here is that you were pretty much always the second choice, or you felt like you had to fight for attention. It could be that you could have, in the past, you could have a very cold father or mother, maybe sibling rivalry, and it sort of bled into your adulthood, where, you know, you felt like you constantly have to compete with your colleagues, or you have to compete with your friends, or there's this constant energy of competition and you feeling like you have to be like you have to prove your worth. For some of you this could be unconscious, so for a lot of you, you kind of tend to stall yourself. Even though the full energy is here and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm ready, come on, let's go. Then there's this internal energy that comes through and it starts, it's this like internal monologue that keeps like, okay, but am I ready? If I have to, like you constantly keep competing and comparing. This is what I'm hearing. This could be because of like some self-esteem issues that you guys might have, or again, this childhood trauma where you constantly had to compete and prove yourself and prove your worth. You felt like maybe you had to earn some good, like, you know, conditional love. This is what I'm hearing. Conditional love and constantly having to prove yourself. Trying to get this approval, trying to get this and I feel like for some of you guys, you just feel like you were always the second choice. A lot of you in option number 2, you want to either leave, like a different location, or you want to change. There's this energy where you want to change, where you might, like you want to start somewhere afresh, you want to start somewhere anew. This has all been very isolating for you. Very isolating for you. For option number 2, I'm seeing you have been alone for a very long time. And even if you did end up being in relationships, you still felt lonely. It's this energy of loneliness that I feel hasn't gone away for a very, very long time. For some of you, it's years upon years upon years. And every time something like this something comes through, or somebody tries to make a move, or you decide to, you know, sort of peek out from that tower that you have put yourself in, this vibe of like, you know, am I good enough, or, you know, there's a lot of, again, illusion. There's a lot of like things that aren't really true, that have been told to you by other people. Some of you guys might be going through a very difficult transformation at the moment. Some of you guys might be going through a process of breaking up, separation, divorce, dark night of the soul. But there's this energy of very low self-esteem. So you tend to hide yourself, you tend to isolate yourself. But you, oh my God, you do want this. You do crave this. And what's interesting, they're saying that after this transformation, that it's all coming. I mean, we got the 10 of Cups and we have the 4 of Wands over here. The 4 of Wands is all about marriage, so is the 10 of Cups. So it's like you are a priority. Gosh, they're saying maybe like work with affirmations or something, because this internal monologue that you have going on, where you're constantly doubting yourself, it needs to go, guys, because it's really hurting you. But look at this. The future is incredibly good for you with regards to relationship. And I think very much like pile number 1, you have been really wondering whether you will ever get to be in a relationship, or whether you will ever get to experience this. Maybe you have been thinking like, you know, maybe it's just not for me, or I will have to compete. Like, the thing is, you don't have to compete with anybody. So for you, it's this very prominent energy where you keep thinking that you have to compete, or that you know that there's somebody better, and that you know you will have to settle. And they're saying no, no settling. There is going to be like the one exists. And you are going to have a family. For some of you, this is talking about a blended family, where you might have children and they might have children. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at when this could be happening. You need to learn to surrender. They're saying that the universe wants to bring this person in, but for a lot of you, you're really fighting. You're really fighting against this energy. The Hangman is about learning to surrender. It's about learning to let go. I think you guys have been trying to maybe like manipulate the energies of the universe unconsciously, doing it unconsciously. By hiding, by going away, by withdrawing from the world. It's like you're cutting yourself off from the world. And the Hangman is also somebody who tends to suffer, but unnecessarily. Do you see what I mean? Like, you need to be able to see that by you putting yourself away, by you isolating yourself, you are suffering unnecessarily. It's just the fear that's coming through. It's the fear that makes you think that you know that you're not good enough. It's the fear that makes you think that you will have to compete. It's the fear that makes you think, well, they all cheat anyways, or they're going to leave me, or I'm going to leave them, or whatever. You know, it's like they're saying that you're imagining scenarios for things that haven't happened. You're only looking at the past. And you're going to have this amazing epiphany where you're just going to be like, you know what, let me try. Because this inner Fool card, this inner Fool energy, like, you know, the Fool goes, embarks upon a journey with no expectations. The Fool leaves everything in the past. Look at this. I mean, all that he's taken is like this little satchel. So for a lot of you guys, it's like learning to surrender, learning to let go, and learning to trust in the process of the universe. For some of you, number 4 could be important. But what the energies are saying here is that you, as long as you like release this, even talking about it is difficult for some reason, like, because this energy is so strong. It's because you've been living with it for a very long time, for years. A lot of voices in your head that keep telling you you're not good enough, you're not ready. Okay, look at her, she's prettier. Look at him, he's more I don't know, successful, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It's like you feel like you have to compete, and like you constantly have to be proactive. But it's also about learning to surrender. And they're saying as soon as you like start trusting yourself, start trusting the universe, and as soon as you surrender, then the one is going to come through. And they're like, there's literally this energy, like, you know, you are going to be happy, you are going to be, you know, feeling stable, and you won't constantly have to worry that, you know, there's somebody better out there. Because constantly trying to be the best, I mean, it takes your energy away. You're just gonna end up being burnout. having a burnout. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. And that's okay. So with the Hangman, what I'm seeing is, like, for some of you guys, this could take anywhere from 10 months to a year. If you are younger, it might take a little bit longer. But look at this, we have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, looking at a different perspective of love. Like, you guys have a very set understanding of what love is, and for you it's conditional. So here the energies are coming through and saying that no, there is this thing called unconditional love. There is this thing where you can mess up and you don't have to be the best, and you don't have to be the richest or the most beautiful or the most talented or whatever, and that you can still be loved, and you don't have to like constantly be an overachiever to be loved or to be appreciated. Like, it's okay to just be. So I'm going to pull one card, guys, from the Love Oracle to give you the energy of the type of relationship you're going to have with the one, on top of everything that I just mentioned. Okay, 2 cards, fair enough. Let's go ahead and take a look. All right. Exactly. Oh my God, exactly what I was saying. Be authentic, be real and true to who you are and how you feel. For a lot of you guys, you might see relationships as hard work. And yes, of course, you have to do some work in relationships, and you know, it's not always easy, but you see it as something that's only takes the energy away, where you constantly have to be proving yourself. And they're saying no, like, you need to take a look at relationships from a different perspective, and this is like where you can be authentic. And look at this, we have the spiritual connection. Relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. So I was talking, when I was doing the reading for option number 1, I was talking about the one not necessarily having to be one person for like one person. But for you guys, what I'm seeing is you actually, for a lot of you, there is actually a predestined person for you. And what's interesting is when you meet, it's going to be really funny, because like when you're going to be telling each other stories of like what you did before you met, you will see how the universe was actually pushing you towards one another, how the universe was arranging it so that you guys will meet, and how you will also see with this surrendering. Because sometimes, again, we try to achieve something really, really hard. We try to go there and do this. And sometimes all we have to do is let go and let the universe align ourselves with what's best for us. And what's interesting is you're going to be like, oh my God, like, you both end up being in one place at the same time. And if one of you had just like changed your mind, or like left your home 10 minutes later, then this meeting would have never happened. And it's just like going to help you see that some things are meant to be. And for a lot of you guys, for option number 2, and especially since you were attracted to the crown chakra crystal, like a lot of spirituality I'm sensing over here, and the spiritual connection, that, you know, sometimes if you just let things be, they're going to align. If you just stop fighting this process. And a lot of you guys, I'm seeing you like with the one, you might have met them in the past life, if you believe in past incarnations. But there is a spiritual connection. Some of you guys might have already been dreaming about this person, talking to them in your dreams, or maybe when you're meditating, just feeling a presence. And this is very beautiful energy and very uplifting. Alright guys, so that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated. Like, share and subscribe. Remember to hit that notification button so you don't miss out any of my other upcoming videos. For personal readings, email me. My email is in the description box below. So it's the link to my Patreon page with more exclusive content, additional discounts, and much, much more. Make sure to check it out. All right, my lovelies, take good care of your amazing selves now. Bye. Option number 3 with the citrine. Welcome to your reading, darlings. So let's go ahead and take a look at when you guys are going to be meeting the one. And first and foremost, I want to take a look at your current energies with regards to love, with regards to meeting the one. Are you guys ready? Are you guys open? Like, what's going on with you? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hello, the devil. Okay. Let's see what's going on over here. So I saw the Chariot and I was like, yay, well done, you guys. And then all of these other cards followed and I'm like, I see. So the thing is, you guys are very, very powerful. With the Chariot, I'm sensing a lot of you guys, your character, your stamina, your mental strength, you're very, very powerful. But right now, you're not in the flow. You're not in the flow. I see a lot of you guys might be, I don't like using the word victim, but I see that a lot of you guys have suffered a lot from a narcissistic relationship, a codependent relationship. It kind of made you forget about your strength. It kind of made you doubt a lot of things because there's a lot of illusions, a lot of choices. Some of you guys might be on a dating website or using dating apps, and it kind of messes you up even more. You're closed off emotionally at this particular moment. You're closing your heart, you're protecting your heart. And you are not diving into your emotions. So there's still this energy that something needs to be worked through. Not maybe necessarily with regards to a particular situation, but you need to bring yourself back to yourself. You need to get back into this Chariot, because for some reason it's like, even with the 10 of Wands, instead of like putting those wands on a chariot and letting somebody else help you, you're carrying them yourself, okay? And it's this vibe where somebody really messed you up. And there's a lot of Capricorn energy and Cancer energy that I'm seeing that's being present over here. You might be, there's also this vibe of like being disappointed with the type of men or the type of women that you might have close to you. And I think a lot of you guys, you actually grew a lot as a person. You worked on yourself. I think a lot of you guys have this beautiful boss attitude, but again, it's like sometimes you tend to forget it. You tend to forget it because this like the devil energy that keeps dragging you back, into questioning yourself, into not seeing your emotions. It's almost like you tend to constantly look for reassurance from other people or from things, or you need this external I don't know, validation, if you will. But let me get a clarification on this devil. I want to see what's going on with this devil. Show me the devil. Show me this shadow side. You tend to rush into things. They're telling me you tend to rush into things. You want to rush into things. Some of you might end up, trying to meet people in maybe in like clubs or... They show me like maybe like places with heavier energy, places with lower vibrations, lower vibrational places, if you will. And you tend to rush into relationships. You guys might be, again, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. This is the way we function, especially women. We tend to like listen more to the words than pay attention to the actions. And I feel that a lot of you guys have been misled by people like promising you the world and being really nice and saying all the right things, only to sort of like get you into bed or get whatever resource, whatever other resource they might want from you, and then to disappear or like keep you hanging. This is the sort of energy that I'm sensing for you here. And it messes up with your mental health, like those sorts of relationships. It's like, and you guys, I feel like a lot of you tend to go for looks. Like looks for you are very important. So it's sort of like you might end up going for the same type of person, but maybe in different, in a different, what you call it? Different person, same personality. Let me put it that way. Same type of personality. But the thing is, you're growing out of it. You are maturing, you are developing, and you're trying to see through this BS. So that's very good. That is very good. Mm-hmm. With the sun over here, this is a beautiful energy, guys. And I'm glad to say that, you know, I think it's just a question of time and a question of letting your you know, letting things run their course for lots of you. Because I am seeing improvement, I am seeing rejuvenation, I am seeing that some of you might not want to have children. That's another thing. And it might be making you worry in the sense that, you know, if what if they, like the partner I'm going to end up with, what if they want to have children? And for quite a few of you, what I'm seeing is that it's going to be absolutely fine. It's either you will change your decision or your partner will accept your choice. So it's not something that should be holding you back from, you know, entering into a relationship. Because I think for a lot of you guys, you might have been dating a lot of immature individuals that made you think like, oh my God, to have a child like with this person or with this type of person, or they might have convinced you that, you know, motherhood is this or fatherhood is this. Some of you guys might be worried about money, about having to give something up. So again, like I keep saying, like you guys are very, very powerful and very able, but sometimes it's like your mind gets the best of you. But you are recovering, and you are starting to shift your ways, to change your ways, to see like, to not be attracted to those devils in disguise, and sometimes not even just in disguise. Sometimes they're just like, you know what, I'm an a-hole, and you being you, you're probably thinking like, oh no, you're not an a-hole, you're just hurt. I'm going to see through all of this and I'm going to help you heal. And sometimes for you, option number 3, what they're saying is, listen, an a-hole is an a-hole, and you don't have to like, don't think that you have to change them or that you will change them. Like, no matter how tempting it might sound to want to rescue them or to want to make them see that, you know, there's love and then there's happiness in this world. No, sometimes people are just not ready. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at when, you know what, I really like this. Because it sort of took me like on this, like a roller coaster. But what I'm seeing, guys, is that you, with the sun especially, is that you are healing from this. the abuse, from the F boys and F girls, from, like, you know, you have gone through certain experiences, and you're coming back to yourself. For some of you, I'm seeing that you will need to move. What you call it? You will need to move from a specific area. But look at this. Look at this beautiful energy. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles, this is like, you know, your beautiful, stable, harmonious family. The Hierophant talks about tradition. The Hierophant talks about, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like you guys are going to find exactly what it is that you want with the one. And this person is going to share your values. Somebody you can count on, somebody you like, stable. Like, you guys, you need this stability. You guys need somebody to like be in this chariot with you. Do you see what I mean? Because you guys have big plans, and you need somebody who is going to be with you, who's going to stand by your side, other than just drag you down and be like a bad influence. Like, you're the one is going to lift you up, you guys. You're the one is going to propel you. Gosh, there's so much energy in option number 3 with the citrine. Literally, like, you guys are like lifting me up through your energy as I'm doing this reading. Your relationship is going to be an example for others. And you, again, you're meant for big things. You're meant for bigger things. You're meant to, you know, live happily, abundantly. And I don't know, I'm seeing like this is like a different quality of life here that's coming through very strongly. So maybe you guys were, again, surrounded by a bunch of people who were just unhappy, unhealthy, miserable. And then you'll come to a realization that it's not your job to help them out. It's not your job to make somebody happy. It's not your job, you know what I mean? Because you guys, you wanted to help people. You wanted to love somebody better. You wanted to help them heal. And instead, all people did was take advantage of you and use you and think that you are weak because you are kind. No. No, no, no. You guys are gonna recover from this. You're gonna be stronger, better, faster, stronger twice, okay? More abundant than ever before. And let me tell you something else. You with your future spouse, yeah, with your the other half of you, no, you're whole, but you know what I mean. With the one, you're going to be like building either a business together or some sort of like, you know, there's this vibe of a dynasty, a vibe of leaving something meaningful, leaving something valuable behind. And it's just like a different kind of like quality of life. This is what I'm hearing. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at when this could be happening. Number 7 is very important. You guys could have been born on the 7th or been born in June. Could be life path number 7 or 1. Beautiful. Beautiful. New beginnings. Like, you guys are going to start afresh, completely afresh. Completely anew. Ascension. Like, you're gonna have a wake-up call over here. And with the Judgment, some of you guys might be into music. Some of you guys might be very good at music, have a beautiful voice, have a beautiful singing voice. With the Hierophant, it could be that you could be motivating people, motivating large amount, like numbers of people. So what I'm saying for you guys, for some of you, this could be 20 months. For some of you, number 20 is also quite important. For a lot of you, it's like literally around the corner. Literally around the corner, you guys. Nine of Wands is about like the last stretch. Nine of Wands is about like being tired, being bruised, but you are doing it. You are going through with it. Okay, you are tired, but you are so much stronger than you think. So for some of you, this could be within the next 9 weeks. For some of you, this is September. Even though this is a timeless pick a card reading, okay? So whenever you're watching it, that's the right time. But for some of you, I'm sensing September. But they're saying very, very, very loudly, they're saying, don't settle. Don't you ever, ever settle. Because you are meant for like so much more than you know. Like the universe has a very interesting story planned out for you. All right, let me pull one card from this oracle, from this love oracle. I think it's Love Whispers oracle, to get an idea about what sort of relationship you're going to have with the one. Miracles and blessings. Wow. Number 13, sorry, 11. No, I said 11. Okay, for some of you it's 11, for some of you it's number 13. That's important. You might have been seeing 1111 or 1313. This could be something that you could be seeing before meeting this particular person. But miracles and blessings, again, like this relationship is going to bring you a lot of surprises. You're going to be discovering a lot of new things, especially with the Fool. This could be talking about moving somewhere to a different location, or considerably increasing the quality of your life. Like I'm talking about, you know, being very well off, being able to afford things that, you know, neither you or your family could afford, or like people have been telling you that, you know, you're never going to amount to anything. No, bunch of BS, because you guys are literally going to make it. The Chariot energy is so strong in this reading that it keeps attracting me over and over again. And it's talking about making it big, okay? With miracles and blessings, you will see a lot of synchronicities, a lot of signs, and a lot of support from the universe. And it's going to show you how much more you can achieve, how much healthier, happier, and more abundant you can be with somebody supporting you and not dragging you down and not talking like some BS about you, not constantly criticizing you, but lifting you up. Like, we sometimes tend to underestimate the power of words, the power of a loving touch, and sometimes it's just the way somebody looks at us with so much admiration, with so much pride, and just one look, just one touch, just one gesture can lift us up so much. Just ask anybody who's giving like a big speech in front of a lot of people and they have somebody who supports them in the crowd. Okay? And this relationship is this is what's going to be about: lifting each other up, about being supportive, about being caring, but not codependent. Still feeling the freedom, still like your individuality is not going to be crushed here. It's going to be praised and it's going to be celebrated. And if for some of you guys, this could be talking about you being told before that you are not able to have children, or not able to have more children. With the miracles and blessings, if you do want children, you will see that you will get pregnant, okay? Or your partner will get pregnant, or you're going to be able to adopt. whichever way, yeah, is right for you. All right, my darlings, I think this is where I'm going to leave you. Option number 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated. Like, share, and subscribe. Remember to hit that notification button so you don't miss out any of my other upcoming videos. For personal readings, email me. My email's in the description box below. So is the link to my Patreon page with exclusive content, additional discounts, magic rituals, and much, much more. So make sure to check it out. All right, my lovelies, take good care of your amazing selves now. Bye.